Hi, my name is Shawn Scott, and I thought I would introduce myself because I realized that I don't know everybody in Crawford County. Just when you think you do, and have been around here for since the early '80s, realize that there's a lot of new people in the county. So, going to take a little bit of a time here to introduce myself. I am running for county council at large here in Crawford County, and I've been involved around county government for quite a while, and I'll explain some of those things. I have been involved in the political races, as I've one school board trustee, won two primary races for Crawford County Sheriff. And so I've been around a little bit of the election process, and I know it's very difficult. And I commend everybody that does make the effort to at least put their name in the ballot. So I commend all those people who have taken that step. But I've got myself as a candidate for the council because I believe I can bring an outside perspective to an inside world. I know that's kind of confusing, but there's a lot of things going on in our state and our community outside of our county that could very well influence those things. And as well, though, you have to know how your county works in order to be able to follow into the playbook and kind of how things go. I've been involved in county government, in community operations and activities since about 2000. When Herb Smith started WBRO, and he reached out to me just soon afterwards, and I was involved into the sales there, and then just a few months later actually took over as general manager in January of 2002. Now this is a brand new non-for-profit new thing to Crawford County. And I can say today it is still on the air. I was just listening to it a while ago, here 24 years later. And it's, like I said, non-for-profit, run by volunteers. And that's one of the things I want to touch on is I've been involved in a lot of things with a lot of people who volunteer their work every day. And that's a big thing. So like I said, started that back in 2000. And right afterwards, I was able to develop a class with Dr. Smith, and we created a class, and I taught for 5 years at the high school, a vocational radio and television class. In that, what we did was we learned our county government, and we used the fact of it being a community radio station to educate our community on what was going on. So we attended school board meetings, county council meeting, commissioners meeting, town council meetings. We even did a library board meeting. I love the library, but it probably was one of the most boring meetings I'd ever been to. But we did all those kind of things to let the public know what is going on, because a lot of people don't attend these meetings unless it's got something personally to their something that's intimate to them. As also president of the Park and Recreation here for Crawford County for over 5 years. We were able to establish a levy back that had been dissolved and start off, and now the county council moved forward, the commissioners, and now the county has ownership of that one park out there across from the high school on 66. I was held positions with the Crawford County Masonic Lodge 470 for several years, and as secretary there. And again, learning procedures is very important in meetings. And it doesn't matter if it's a county council meeting, commissioner meeting, library board meeting, Masonic Lodge meeting, whatever. There is a procedure to how things are run, and you have to know how that is. Also was a member of the Liberty Township Fire District and held all positions there of president, vice president, treasurer, secretary. And again, learning how to use government money in a more of a civil side for fire protection for Liberty Township and Marengo. I've been a 20-year member with the IVFA, Volunteer Fire Association, and learned how, again, volunteers have to work within a budget of money that they're dispersed to by county government, as well, the tax funds as well as grants and some different things like that. Then one of the most, exciting for me was when I got on and was elected on to the Crawford County School Board. And, that's a big budget. That's probably the largest budget here in the county with the largest population of employees. And so learning, again, the procedures and how money comes in, learning budgets. You've got different funds that go into different places that can only be spent for certain things. A lot of people think, well, you got a budget of $4 million or $14 million. You should be able to spend this and be able to buy these uniforms for the volleyball team. Well, not unless that money been appropriated. So again, there is a procedure that you have to know, and it's very important. And then to know where that money comes from and what it's going for, and kind of weigh those things out. I was a member with the Sheriff's Department for 12 years, where I was chief deputy, and I learned to see, again, those funds and how they come in from the county, and was able to work through years and be able to establish some different vehicle operations that we had and getting new vehicles, helped with getting raises to the deputies. All of this was, come from many people between commissioners and the council and the sheriff, all working together to be able to make it a better community for us. Those are some of the things that really got me kind of going on. This will be on my 9th year with the Marengo Marshal. As a Marengo Marshal, and I've been very involved in the town of Marengo for the past 8+ years, and working on getting grants here for different things within the police department to the community crossings, and keeping my ear out for things that are going on, not just focusing one-minded towards Marengo or Crawford County, but when Leavenworth would get something, I talked to them over there. Hey, what's going on? How'd you do this? Milltown the same way, English the same way, and it's not a us them, and we're not against. We're trying to make a community better, because if it's not for Marengo and English and Leavenworth and Alton, the incorporated towns here in Crawford County, we're not just one town. So everybody has to work together, and so that's one of the things that I've been very involved in with all those past things that I've talked about. Currently now I'm the commander for Post 84 Marengo American Legion. Learning again, this is a new thing for me, because now I've got different budgets that I'm working with, and some different laws that I have to learn about as far as gaming and different things like that. And, again, we're trying to work with that community involvement into things that's just positive and good. So I just want to touch on some of those things. What do I think I can bring? I'm also the company that I work with now, WTH Technology. I'm a GIS consultant, county service manager for over 17 counties in Southwest Indiana. All of the counties around Crawford I am the county service manager and have involved with them. And so I attend their council meetings and their commissioners meetings, and I learned that different things are going on. I attend the IACCs and the IAC conferences to be able to hear and learn some of the different things that are going on through the state. And I try to keep my ears open for my community and things that are coming down the road for that. Again, there's lots of things out there. So what I'm saying there is I think I can bring a open mind. One of the other things is that I come from a simple family. We were raised with a simple life, and we learned to do what we had. And I have brought that through all of the different things that I've been involved with, and used a penny to go a mile with the radio station, with the fire department, and the sheriff's department, and all the things, and now with the Legion, and all these different things, the park and recreation. We could learn how to work with a penny, but yet we could learn to also know that there was a dollar bill out there somewhere. When I was with the school board, I made an unfavorable vote to the majority. I was not in favor of closing Marengo and English elementary schools. And I voiced that. And yeah, it was my thoughts on what I had seen. I knew that the numbers were different, but I just felt that at that time it was not the thing to do. I felt like we hadn't looked at all of our options. Our buildings weren't paid off. How can we close something? But again, that was my decision. I raised my hand and I said, no, I'm not in favor of that. And I discussed that. Other times I was not in favor of hiring a superintendent. I'm not scared to say I'm not in favor of it. However, I'm not scared to listen to somebody else's debate of why they feel like their idea is a better idea. And if I can understand it, then I will totally agree, because everything is not a one-sided. My idea is not the best. Your idea is not the best. But maybe the both of our ideas can be better. And so that's one thing that I think we're so shallow on sometimes, is that we only see one way, and it's, as they say, my way or the highway. But I just feel like that I wish you could really look into our past, our future, and try to see that I feel that I am a great candidate for the Crawford County Council. That again, I bring common sense, and I'm bringing it I have no agendas. I have nothing that I'm after. I don't gain anything from this. If anything, I gain a headache over all the other things I'm involved in. Not a headache. I don't mean that as that, but I gain another responsibility, because one of the things that I do is I do get involved. I will read an agenda beforehand. I will ask questions. I don't just show up and wait for somebody to make a motion so you can say I second it and raise your hand with the other. I will listen. I will ask questions. You can ask my people that I was on with the Crawford County School Board. They always, I think, got frustrated because I ask a lot of questions. But you won't find out answers. You won't find out alternatives. You won't find out if it is the best solution if you don't ask questions. And if you answer my questions and I feel like, we're going the right direction, then we're going in the right direction. There are several people in this community that I really followed through different boards that I was involved in. And this is the primary thing that I try to do, is I try not to make a decision based on today or tonight at this meeting. If it's not the right time to make that decision, what I'm saying is, it may look good on paper today, but how does it look on paper in 5 years? You got to lay that out. And so I invite anyone, my phone number, area code 812-572-8862. I get enough phone calls anyway, so you can ask somebody, they'll know my number. If you've got any more questions about why I'm running for council, or how you feel that you got the questions you want to know more about, or what I can do. But remember, there's one thing that I learned, especially about with the school board. I'm one person. Council is a 7-member board. So there's 6 other people that could totally be against every great idea that I have, or there's 6 other people that can vote against me, but there's also 6 other people that I can vote with, and there's 6 other people I can learn from, and that can listen to me, and hopefully between the 7 of us, we can make great decisions for the future of Crawford County. So again, I thank you. I took way too much of your time, but I hope you support me in this year's election. Thanks.